Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hi everyone, Rashi from Stretch and Flow, and I'm at the farm studio. Unfortunately you can't see the beautiful outlook because I'm against the wall just purely for the light, but it's a glorious day. I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas and I'm looking forward to the new year. Today I thought I'd do a 30 to 40 minute flow, just focusing on the hips mainly. Most of you that have been practicing with me for a while know that often our hips can get quite tight due to storing emotions that we haven't released, things that no longer serve us. And so the flow today that I'm going to do is simply using our breath, but using postures designed just to gently open the hips. As always, you can be as gentle as you want. You can go a little bit deeper if you feel that's what your body's calling you to do. So make the practice purely your own. You just need your mat. If you have any props, feel free to grab them. Otherwise, you don't really need them. So let's just start with a bit of breath work. And we might start in a posture, which is one of my favourite postures to do, constructive rest, where you're on your back, the knees are bent, the feet are nice and wide, but the knees just falling together. Shut the eyes down if it feels comfortable for you, or just keep your gaze at one spot. Let the spine and the shoulders just relax on the mat. You can make the feet as wide as you want. Just let the knees gently just falling together. Just allow the breath to enter and allow the breath to leave. The hands can be down by your side. If it feels more comfortable, just bring them over the head, micro-bending the elbows to take any tension off the shoulders and neck. This is a beautiful posture that can be done at the end of the day, or if you just need a bit of a reset as well. So just focus on the breath. Just be curious whether the mind is busy. If it is, just use your breath to slow it down. Simple inhale and exhale. As you're focusing on the inhale and exhale, take a moment to take a snapshot of your life as it is. Maybe you're going through challenges, maybe things are pretty smooth. Be curious about whether all the things that you're going through have been through, and maybe are yet to come. Maybe they're preparing you. Maybe life is preparing you. Can we look at obstacles as preparation rather than obstacles and setbacks? Maybe the challenges are preparing us for what's to come. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. One more like that, breathing in. Let the breath go. And then gently bring the feet together. So pigeon toeing the feet, the two big toes are together, the knees are together. Bring the arms down by your side, pressing into the palms. Let the shoulders just relax, let the backbone relax. Bring the knees in for a squeeze and then wrap your arms around them. Just gently hugging the knees in, feeling that little pull in the hip flexors, perhaps the lower back. A gentle rock from side to side, and then making some circles one way, taking them as small or as big as you feel called to, and then flipping them around the other way. Take one more breath here. And then dropping the feet down on the ground, bringing the soles of the feet together so the knees are just falling outwards. If the hips are particularly tight, you can float the feet towards the front of the mat just to take the stretch a little bit more gently. If you're wanting more of a stretch, slide the feet up towards the pelvis. The hands can be down by your side, perhaps palms facing upwards to receive. Or if you want a little bit more of a stretch, use your palms facing downwards against the thighs just to gently deepen the stretch. Keep the breath flowing, the inhale arch the back. If you feel the back is arching up, perhaps just push the spine down into the mat. Feel the stretch in the hips here. Perhaps take a moment to ponder what it is that you're holding on to that perhaps isn't nourishing for you and that perhaps you can let go of. As we approach the new year, it's a great time to just release anything that doesn't serve you. Take one more breath here. Gently bring the knees back together. Place the feet hip width distance, palms down by your side. Pressing into the palms and the feet. On the inhale, lift the hips up, so engaging the glutes, keeping the thighs nice and strong, pushing the knees upwards and forwards. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out with control, just dropping everything back down on the mat, the spine and the glutes. This time on the inhale, bring the arms all the way back. Feel the stretch in the upper body. On the exhale, the hands come down by your side, pushing into the mat as you lift the hips up again, perhaps a little higher. Feeling the glute muscles switch on. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently just lowering everything down. Extend the left leg down onto the mat. Bring the right knee in for a squeeze. Maybe a few rotations one way and then the other way. Notice how this right hip flex is feeling. And then shine the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Hold on to the back of the thigh. Feel that initial stretch here. Point the toe away from you, perhaps rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. And then bring the knee in towards the chest. Angle that right knee so it's to the right edge of the mat. You can either hold on to the bottom of the knee, keep shining the sole of the foot up. If you have range, you can place the right hand on the sole of the foot and just guide that right knee out to the right. So we're gently opening up the hip. If it's too much with that left leg extended, you can bend the knee and just place the left foot on the ground. You decide what's right for your body. Feel the stretch in that right hip flex. So it's like a half happy baby, those familiar with happy baby pose. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And then gently bring that right knee back. Extend the left leg back down if the foot's on the ground. The right arm comes out to the side and take a gentle twist over to the left. The gaze can be to the right. The facial muscles are soft. The breath is flowing. And one more breath here. And then gently guide the right knee back, extending the right leg back down on the ground. Perhaps lift the hips up a couple of times or rock from side to realign. And then when you're ready, the left knee comes in for a squeeze. Just be curious about how this side's feeling. We're just exploring how the body's feeling. Extending the left leg all the way back up, holding on to the back of the thigh, perhaps rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. Try not to tense the shoulders up. And we're taking half happy baby on the other side. So bringing the knee back into the chest, angling it to the left, either holding on to the bottom of the knee or placing the left hand on the sole of the foot as you guide that left knee, almost like you're guiding it to the left armpit. The right leg can be extended, or you can bend the knee and place the right foot on the mat. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. One more breath here. And then gently guiding the left knee back into the chest. The left arm comes out to the side and use the right palm to take a twist over to the right. Gaze can be to the left. Feel the twist in the spine and the waist. One more breath. And then guiding the left knee all the way back. Extending the left leg down. Take a full body stretch. Reaching back with the fingertips, pointing the toes. A deep inhale in through the mouth. A big exhale out through the mouth. One more, breathing in through the mouth. Exhaling through the mouth. And then gently let the lips touch and start to inhale and exhale through the nose. We're bringing the knees in for a squeeze again. rolling over to your preferred side, whatever that is, in a little fetal posture, bringing the knees up into the chest, just taking a pause here. Knowing that if you feel disheartened with any obstacles or challenges, maybe you feel like you've taken a few steps back, perhaps change your perspective. Perhaps you're being pushed back in order to launch forward. One more breath here, and then use that top hand to gently bring your way up to a seated posture. Getting nice and comfortable. Perhaps rocking the sit bones from side to side until you find that sweet spot. If cross-legged isn't comfortable for you, sit in a way that is. Cross-legged just gently gives you a little hip opener as well. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, a subtle upliftment through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, just dropping down again. On the breath in, reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in, make a prayer. On the exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Drop the left hand on the ground, breathe the right arm up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, over to the left, bending that left elbow. Inhale, you're reaching up, the gaze can follow. Exhale to take a stretch to the left. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out over to the left. Inhale, the right arm comes up, the left arm comes to meet it. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, firm pressure in the palms as you bring everything to your heart space. Breathing in, feel the stretch as you reach your arms out to the side and then up. And as you exhale, hands down to your heart space. Let's take the stretch on the other side. The right hand remains on the ground, the left arm reaches all the way up. As you exhale, over to the right, bending that right elbow to get into that left side body. Two more like that. Breathing in and letting the breath go. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhale, the left hand comes up, the right arm comes to meet it. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space. Breathing in, peel the shoulders back, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, all the way down to your heart space. Either place the hands in front of you, rolling over the ankles, or whichever transition's good for you, come onto all fours. Once you're on all fours, make the knees a little wider than hip width. Just take some rocks backwards and forwards. Again, notice how the hip flexors are feeling. Maybe the obstacles along the journey are placed there to prepare you for the blessings that await you at the finish line. Start to make some circles with the hips, taking them as big as you want, all the way to the front of the mat, all the way to the side, to the back of the mat. Maybe another circle in the direction that you've taken, and then flip it round the other way, keeping the gaze low so there's no strain in the neck at all. And once you finish the rotation that you're on, just coming back onto all fours, bringing the knees back to hip width distance, the palms to shoulder width distance. Let's take some cat-cow pose. On the breath in, pushing the waist back as the gaze goes up. And on the breath out, rounding and arching. Two more like that. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. One more. Inhaling in and letting the breath go. Can you trust the timing of your life? Come back to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg behind you. Take a big breath in just at hip height. Pushing out to the sole of the right foot. Drop the gaze down. Engage the core and put the left arm forward for a balance. If that's too much, just keep the hand on the ground and just extend that right leg. Push the mat away with that right palm. Those of you that are wanting to take a little bit further, reach back, either make the action or catch the foot, pulling it towards you, feeling the stretch in the quads, pinning the left shoulder open. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Come back to extension first, take a big breath in, As you breathe out, everything drops down onto the mat. Walk the finger mounds to the edges of the mat. Drop the chest down, hips up, come into puppy pose. Feeling that nice extension of the spine. Pushing the chest towards the mat as the hips float up towards the ceiling. Maybe the preparation is for the dream bigger than you can even imagine. Start to walk the hands back, coming back onto all fours. Place the palms firmly as you extend the left leg back, just at hip height. Soften through the shoulders, pushing out through the sole of that left foot. Engage the core, and then bring the right arm forward if you're taking that balance. If that's too much, you keep the hand on the ground. Feel the extension first. Once you feel stable, you can reach back, make the action or catch the foot, pulling it towards you. And this time the right shoulder peels open. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Come back to extension first, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, everything drops down onto the mat. Take a cat-cow here. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Come back to a neutral spine. Soften through the shoulders, micro bend the elbows, extend the right leg behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bending the right knee and stacking that right hip over the left. So equal weight in the palms. We're not peeling the whole body over. We're just peeling that hip open. Rotate the right ankle one way and then the other way. One more breath. Right leg extends back. And as you exhale, everything drops down onto the mat. And take another cat-cow curl. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Back to a neutral spine. Left leg extends behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bending the left knee, and this time stacking it over the right hip. Keeping that equal weight in the palm. Rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. One more breath. Left leg extends back. And as you exhale, drop the left knee down. Bring the knees wide on the mat, the two big toes together. And then drop into child's pose. Hips towards the heels. Head on the ground, or you can make a little cushion with your palms. Just let the body settle, let the body ground. Even if you don't understand what's happening in your life, if it's not going how you thought it might, can you just trust that perhaps it's just preparing you for the next step, even though you can't see it? One more breath here. And then placing the palms shoulder width distance, lifting the hips up, scooting the knees back to hip width distance. When you're ready, extend the right leg all the way back. As you exhale, tap right knee to right elbow, round in the back. Inhale, the right leg shifts back. As you exhale, take a cross, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, the right leg shoots back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, the right leg shoots back. And as you exhale, land it all the way through, using your hands to help if you need to. Scoot the left knee back a little so you're opening up the hips. Just take a gentle rock backwards and forwards. Keep the gaze down on the mat. Notice how this side feels. And then coming back to neutral. Place the left hand on the ground and breathe the right arm all the way up. Gaze can be at that top thumb, or if there's sensitivities in the neck, just keep the gaze down. Reach up nice and tall, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, place the right hand on the right knee or thigh and gently just give it a push away. Maybe even making some circles, starting to gently just open up the right hip flexor. Notice if it feels a little tender or tight, and then move accordingly. Keep that breath flowing here. One more breath. And then right arm extends all the way up. As you exhale, place the hand on the inner edge of the right foot. If you want more in the hips, scoot the foot out to the right. Bring the hands to meet it. You can stay on your palms or drop onto your forearms, or if you have blocks or cushions, you can use those to assist you. And then we're just gently opening up this side of the body. You might want to rock onto the side of the foot to open up the hip a little bit more. Just tune into your body. Your body will know what to do. And when you feel like life has set you back, perhaps life is preparing you for your comeback rather than a setback. Notice the breath in and notice the breath out. One more breath here. And then pressing into the left hand, breathe the right arm all the way up. The gaze can follow. As you exhale, the hand comes back down onto the mat. Pigeon toe that right foot so it's now into the center of the mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lift the leg up, take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, you're stepping forward and just letting the body hang in ragdoll. Take any pressure off the lower back by bending the knees and drop the crown of the head towards the mat. Perhaps a gentle rock of the hips from side to side. Let everything be soft. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Grounding with the feet. Take a big breath in, let the breath go. On the inhale, a halfway lift. The spine shoots forward, the collarbones widen. On the exhale, a forward fold as you empty the breath. On the inhale, ground with the feet as the arms sweep all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space as you empty the breath. Inhale, the arms can reach straight up or take a back bend. And as you exhale, coming down onto the mat as you empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Inhale to rise up again, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space, emptying the breath. Inhale, a deeper back bend, the arms can reach up and over. And as you exhale, down to your mat as you empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, place the hands on the mat, drop down onto your knees again, coming back onto all fours. Take a gentle rock of the hips from side to side. Notice how one side of the body feels. Maybe give the head a little shake, yes or no. Release any tension. One more breath. Coming back to a neutral spine. On the inhale, push the waist back as the gaze goes up. And on the exhale, rounding and arching the back. Back to a neutral spine. This time the left leg extends behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, tap left knee to left elbow, engaging the core a little and rounding the back. Inhale, the leg shoots back. Exhale, take the left knee over to the right elbow. Inhale, the leg shoots back with control. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, the leg shoots back. And this time as you exhale, landing it all the way through, giving it a helping hand if you need to. The right knee can scoot back a little so we start to open up this side of the body. And just some gentle rocks backwards and forwards. Know that where you are today is no accident, no coincidence. There's a series of steps in your life, and when you look back at your life, you can often see why things happened the way that they did. Often there's a time of preparation before you're launched forward. Often it feels like you're moving backwards when in reality you're being prepared for your launch forward. Hope for the best. Perhaps prepare for the worst. Come back to a neutral posture, and this time the right hand remains on the ground and the left arm reaches all the way up. Imagine the shoulders stacking on top of each other. The gaze can be up at the top thumb or down at your mat. Really reach up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, the left hand on the left thigh or knee, just giving it a gentle push away. So just gently start to open up this side of the body. Keeping the breath nice and fluid. Noticing how this side feels. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath here. Extend the left arm all the way up. Take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, place it on the inner edge of the left foot. If you're wanting a little bit more in the left side of the body, split the foot to the left. Bring the hands to meet it. The right knee can come back. If you feel called to, drop down onto your forearms. And just those organic movements, rocking onto the side of the left foot if you want a little bit more in the hips. Soften the gaze down onto your mat. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Where you are today is no accident. I said it before. The situation that you're in right now perhaps is being used to shape you for tomorrow. Trust. Even if you don't understand, trust the timing. Keep that breath flowing. One more breath here. You're on your forearms, just gently coming back onto your palms, keeping that right palm grounded. Inhale, the left arm reaches all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, the hand comes back down onto the mat. You'll pigeon toe the left foot back to the center of the mat so the palms are framing it. Coming onto the ball of the right foot, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, stepping forward, and we're back in ragdoll again. Notice how the hips are feeling. Let the crown of the head just drop down onto the mat. Let the breath just soften as the whole body softens. Take any tension off the back of the neck. A gentle sway from side to side. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. On the breath in, come into a halfway lift. On the breath out, a forward fold. On the inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Let the fingertips interlock at the top. Equal weight in the feet as you pull up from the waist, reaching up. As you exhale, take a stretch over to the right, bending the elbows, getting into the side body again. Breathing in to reach all the way up. And breathing out over to the other side. One more on each side. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to take the stretch. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to take the stretch. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, make a prayer at your heart space. Focus your eye gaze on one spot. Place the feet roughly hip width distance. You can keep your hands at your heart space or hold on to your hip flexors. Or if you feel you need support, you can hold on to a wall. So keeping the eye gaze focused at one spot, we're putting all the weight into the left foot. The right knee comes up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, place the right ankle over the left knee, pushing out through the sole of that right foot so you can feel the little opening in the hip. You can either stay here or start to sink down if you want to get into more in the hips, keeping length through the crown of the head. And if the balance isn't for you, you can take the same posture, but keep both feet grounded and sink down. Imagine a plumb line from the crown of the head to your tailbone. You're breathing in, soft shoulders, strong focus, and you're breathing out. Hold it for another breath in, let the breath go. And then gently starting to straighten through the leg, lengthen through the spine. The right knee comes all the way back up, and as you exhale, just dropping the foot down. Swing the arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. On the inhale, strong arms, palms facing up as you reach all the way up. As you exhale, bending the knees, dropping the tailbones, pushing the palms out to the side. Inhale, hinging from the hips as you reach forward, lifting everything all the way back up. And as you exhale, flipping the palms, using your own body resistance as you bring everything all the way down. Let the arms behind you squeeze the shoulder blades. Ground with the feet as the arms reach all the way up on the inhale. As you exhale, bending the knees, pushing the arms out to the side, feel the stretch across the shoulders. Inhale, you're hinging from the hips, gathering all the way up. And as you exhale, coming all the way down. Take a deep inhale in, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, a big letting go, sigh out. 2 more like that. Breathing in, squeezing the shoulders. Breathing out, let go of any tension. 1 more. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. Either bringing the hands to your heart space or placing them around the hip flexors. This time the weight's going into the right foot. The left knee releases up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, left ankle over right knee. Either staying upright or coming into a balance, dropping the tailbone, keeping length through the crown of the head. And if a balance isn't for you, either hold onto a wall or ground both feet. You can still take the posture. Take a breath in. Let the breath go, sink down a little bit lower if you want to get more into the hip flexors. 1 more breath. And then gently with control, straighten through the legs, release the left knee up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, dropping the foot roughly hip width distance. Float the arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale to reach all the way up. Let's take some Kriya breath. As you exhale, big sigh out the mouth as you come down with strong arms. 2 more like that. Inhale to reach up. These are really good for releasing anything that doesn't serve you. It's like a reset. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale to come down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hands to your heart space as you empty the breath. Breathing in to reach up and over. And as you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat as you empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And this time as you exhale, place the hands down on the mat, bend the knees, and come down into a seated posture. Take a moment to ground. Soften through the shoulders. Take a breath in, lift up through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, just let the body settle as you ground with the sit bone. Interlacing the fingertips, widen through the collarbones. On the inhale, hands to your heart space. On the exhale, pushing away as you round the back. Inhale to reach up and over, taking a back bend. As you exhale, arms out to the side, feel the stretch, and then interlace the fingertips at the base of the back. On the breath in, squeezing the shoulder blades, taking a back bend. And on the breath out, reaching forward as you guide the palms all the way back in. Inhaling, hands to your heart space. Exhaling to push away. Breathing in to grow tall, perhaps adding a gentle back bend here. And as you breathe out, arms out to the side, interlacing the fingertips behind you. Take a deep breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blade. And as you breathe out, bringing everything back to your heart space. Keeping the sit bones grounded, bring the soles of the feet together and cradle the toes with the palms. So pushing the knees out to the side, feeling that little pull in the hips. On the inhale, take a back bend, peel the shoulders back as you gaze up. And on the exhale, rounding down. Feel the stretch in the inner hips and thighs. Inhale, opening up, feeling the shoulders and the heart open. And exhale to round down. And that everything that divine is preparing you for is worth the wait. 1 more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Maybe trust in the timing of the divine and the universe and not our own timing. Inhale, this time lengthen through the spine, pull the toes towards you. And as you exhale with a flat back, keep pulling the toes towards you. As you float over the toes, it's a deeper stretch in the hips. Take it as deep or as gentle as you want. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down. Perhaps every single thing that has ever happened in your life, preparing you for a moment that is yet to come. Know that the best preparation for tomorrow is simply doing your best today. One more breath. And then very gently, just start to lift the body back up. Bring the knees together and just wrap your arms around the legs. Drop the head down like you're giving yourself a big cuddle. Perhaps a gentle rock from side to side. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And then lifting up through the crown of the head. Bring the feet a little bit further in front of you. Knees are still bent. Feet are together and knees are together. Give your shoulders plenty of room. Take a breath in, knees pointing up, lengthen through the spine. As you breathe out, flip the knees to the left. Keep them together as you gaze over to the right for a gentle twist. So you're gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, use your core to bring the knees back up. And as you exhale, knees float to the right as you gaze over that left shoulder. Do one more on each side in your own breath. Inhaling, the knees point up. Exhaling, knees and feet together as you drop them to the left and gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, come back through to center. And then come into a posture that's comfortable. For me, cross-legged or Sukhasana is comfortable. If that's not comfortable, stick the legs out in front or use a bolster to rest on. Shut the eyes down and let's see our practice just with some slow breaths. Perhaps placing one hand on your heart and one on your belly, shutting the eyes down or taking a little gaze down at the mat. Let's slow everything down. Just breathing in through the nose. Just letting the breath come out through the nostrils. Feeling the groundedness under your sit bones. Feeling the length through the crown of the head as you inhale in. Soften through the shoulders. Almost like you're taking a body scan from the crown of the head, working your way all the way down to the tips of your toes, letting each part of the body relax as you slow down your breath. Simple inhale and simple exhale. Just do a few more breaths in your own space. Not rushing. Let everything be unhurried. There's no need to rush. Breathing in, and then you're letting the breath go. Taking 3 more full rounds of breath without forcing, without rushing, just in your own time, softening through the facial features. And though the eyes might be closed, just let them soften, turn the gaze inward a little bit more. And once you've taken that final breath, bringing the hands to your heart space. As we come to the end, or approach the end of 1 year and enter the next. Perhaps this year, an unusual year for many, 2020. Maybe it's preparing us for the launch of 2021. Know that the process of life is ever unfolding, guiding you, pushing you, preparing you for the next part of the process. Difficult challenges, bad days, upset feelings, moments of confusion perhaps, are all part of life's process. Perhaps these things are there to keep us alert, to make us stronger, or to test our resolve, so that we keep taking the next step and moving forward. Let's take a deep inhale in through the nose, a big letting go sigh out the mouth. And as we seal our practice, it says in one of the holy books, the Divine says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares your Creator, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give hope and a future." So when we don't understand, when we feel confused, can we simply trust that life is preparing us and working with us rather than against us? Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope your hips feel a little looser and that you've let go of any emotions that no longer serve you. Have a wonderful new year if I don't see you beforehand, and I look forward to catching up with you in the next YouTube clip. But for now, happy holidays, happy new year, namaste.
Thank you for joining us at Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you have found this class to be of benefit. Please subscribe, invite those that you know that would enjoy these wonderful classes presented by Rashi. Have a great day. See you again soon.